All right, that's much better. So let's get the season back up and running. We can definitely go to the trade deadline in this video, yeah. I mean, if we can go another, what was I saying before? Yeah, if we can go another 10 games, I think that, if we can continue playing the same way that we're playing and go like around 7-2-1 or 6-4 or 8-2, something like that, I think the goal scoring is coming around. I mean, look, we're scoring goals now, yeah. It's just a bad start. How many games did we play in the first simulation? It was like, our record was 7-8-1, so what, 16 games played? Yeah, that's a big chunk of the year right there. 16 games played, right? So we're still kind of recovering from that. But if you look at where we were, 7-8-1, now 20-14-5, right? If we had this lineup at the beginning of the year and scrap that 7-8-1 start, I mean, we're a good team. So you guys see what I'm talking about with the Pete Walton trade, right? I completely agree that if you put Pete Walton and McFarland together, that would be a crazy 1-2 punch in the future, right? But as a team that went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year, do we want to make that sacrifice, or do we want to try and make it back? We can try to make it back if we fail in the playoffs. We could make a trade for the draft. His trade value might be a little bit higher, but at least we could get two birds with one stone. Try the playoffs one more time and still get them, right? So that's why I don't want to force any trades. What was it? WHL had all the top. Yeah, holy shit. There it is. Woohoo! A lot of top 10s. Jesus! All right, so WHL's got all the players this year. I'll just scout the hell out of it. Yep, we're still going here. I don't need to stop again until the trade deadline. Well, even I'm not going to make any line changes. I'm not going to do anything. The team should be able to get it done the way it is right now. The only thing I'm thinking about, right, and it really is making me think about trading away Logan, just because to call, but, all right, theory mode. I'm just going to rant here a little bit, and I need maybe some suggestions, because I honestly don't know what the hell's going on. It always seemed like with the San Jose Sharks GM mode, that our second-line center has been the best player. Now, that's been Joe Pavelski, and now it's DeCall. Now, here's the theory. Are they the only best player because our first-line center is a flopper, right? Does that make sense to you guys? In our first year, when Joe Thornton was not a flopper, our second-liner center didn't have that great year. But ever since Logan took over the first-line center, all right, the second-line center position has been absolutely outstanding, regular season and even playoffs. So I wonder, is Logan just not getting it done, so the simulation pushes it down to the second-line center as our best player? I just, theory mode, I know it probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm trying to figure out why Logan's just not getting it done. I tried to get Jamie Benn to put alongside of him. I thought that would be perfect. Not so much. It was even worse. And now, it's still Michael DeCall is just tearing it up on the second-line center position. Now, I know it was a bad start. I'll go back to the stats at the trade deadline, right? But I'm sure you guys know, I understand what I'm talking about. Like, the second-line center, Joe Pavelski, and now Michael DeCall have always been able to beat Logan Couture for some reason. I don't know if it's the player. Like, if I switch DeCall to the first line and put Logan to the second-line center, would all of a sudden Logan start getting all the points, right? Or is it the player? Is it the player? I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm sure you guys will light it up in the comments now. It'll be perfect for the next one. Oh, shit. Nick Bonino for a first-round? No, I ain't trading away around any first-round picks. Those are my trading assets at the end. That wouldn't be a bad one, though, Nick Bonino, because that wouldn't be a bad third-line center for us. We can move Dan to Terrell, because I think he'd have a more, good combination of offense and defense. But I ain't giving up that first overall pick. We need that for the draft. Any year now, you might have a franchise player or another 4.5-star player that you guys would want to trade for. And if I can trade a prospect with, the high 20 pick to move up in the draft, that's a lot better. Nope, I ain't doing it. Devontae Smith-Pelly, nope. It would be a good trade, but when I see that first overall pick, I'm not changing my team. I'm just going to get to the trade deadline, then you guys can comment away. But as of right now, no. Not making any trades. So again, our record, it's not looking as good as it did previous years, 28-20-5. We are above 500 now. But again, we could still, become a non-playoff team. If we lose 5 regulation in a row, we pull a Toronto Maple Leafs here, we would miss the playoffs. But I just wonder, since we made these line changes, our team has been playing pretty well. The simulation engine has been playing pretty well. We're way above 500 since the beginning of this video, right? From the 7-8-1 start. So, nope, not making any trades. We restocked the shelves. We got Thomas Jurko on our third-line right wing now. I have Nieto down there. We have Stefan Sundin, Brendan Lemieux. No, we don't need to bring in any players out there. Don't need to do it, boys. That's an off-season type thing. So come on now. The trade deadline's right around the corner. Get up to 30 wins at least. It should happen, but come on. Don't mess with me now. Devontae Smith-Pelly for a first. No, thank you. All right, come on. At least that was an overtime loss. There you go. All right, so that's a good record. Yeah, that's looking like a good record. No, 30, 21, and 7. So I think, you know what, I'm not going to say it yet. Hang on, let's just see what the trade deadline is. But I'm pretty sure, I don't want to, get you guys all hyped up and then shoot you down, but I'm pretty sure that Pete Walton is not going to be a part of the San Jose Sharks roster until at least the offseason. All right, but if Logan has a really good year and all of a sudden we get back really deep playoff run, I don't need Pete Walton. So I'm not saying right now that Pete Walton is going to be on our team. Not like I said how McFarland was going to be on our team. I'm not saying that. If our San Jose Sharks can turn this around and prove to me that we don't need him because we already have the players that he would be, then I don't need to trade for him. All right, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. 31, 22, and 7. 3 more games. Come on. Win 2 of them. Get up to 33 wins. That would be awesome. Don't have a regulation loss. There you go. There you go. 1 more against the Islanders. Nope. I'm not trading away my... I got to edit my trading blocks. That stuff. Well, we're right there at the trade deadline anyways. It doesn't really matter. All right. There you go. 33, 22, and 7. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're a playoff team. We're definitely a playoff team. It's a lot of losses, but... thankfully, it's a 22 regulation loss with the 7 overtime losses. That gives us 7 extra points, so it's decent. Imagine if we had, 33, 27 and 2, right? That would look a little bit worse, but those 7 overtime losses, actually we won 3 in a row right there. Stop the simulation. Stop the simulation. There you go. All right, so we've won 3 in a row. We have salvaged the year with the line changes. 34, 22, and 7 is our record. And look at that, boys. Look at that. Logan Couture has taken over our assist lead. So maybe Reed Boucher on that first line. You know what I mean? So my whole theory about Logan Couture, don't jump down his throat just yet. Because it looks like since the beginning of this video, he has turned it around, all right? So let's just, he's our captain. We have to fill him with confidence at this time of the year. Goals against average. Ernest Chiarelli, 4th in the NHL, 2.12. So Chiarelli, hell yeah, I'm so glad I held on to him. Save percentage. He's not up there for save percentage, okay? So maybe we're playing good defensively. Wins, Ernest Chiarelli up there with 29, all right? Points, are we up there? No, we're not. So again, but we don't have, our first line is not our only line. We're a depth goal-scoring team. Assists, we're not up there. Goals, Reed Boucher is up there, 4th in the NHL with 29 goals. So, I think Reed Boucher, he definitely deserves first-line time. He gets it done when he's playing on the first line, all right? Metropolitan Division and the Atlantic Division, the Eastern Conference, looks like that. And the Pacific Division, all right, so... our division is actually a very competitive division. I mean, everybody except for the Anaheim Ducks is basically in a playoff hunt right now, because if you look at Central, after Chicago, Minnesota, they're not in it. And the wild card race is right now between, I'm already in the playoffs. Yeah, we're in the playoffs. Edmonton's in the playoffs. And then you got Phoenix, Edmonton, and Minnesota, who are all like one. Yeah, it's a very hectic playoff race over here in the Western Conference. So even though we're having a good year, we have to continue this good year to make the playoffs. You see what I mean? If we go on a losing streak right now, a few of these teams are going to pass us. But I still feel confident in our group. We've turned it around, so I'm going to say no to Pete Walton. All right, boys? So don't even comment away with trades. I think we should just go into the playoffs with this team. I'll go to stats. Sometimes the GM has to put his foot down. We got the first overall pick last year. I think going for 2 prospects, it's a little bit overkill right now, right? Points, we are 9th in the NHL, so we're moving up the board. Goals for per game, look at that. We were so low before in the beginning of the first video, and now we've climbed all the way back up to 2.84. So, yeah, the new way that we've made our lines definitely helped out. Goals against per game, look at that. Man, we climbed up the... This is what I mean, boys. Why trade? There's no need to make a trade. There's no need to make a line change. Think about where these were, and we got them both up to top 3 or top 4, man. Jesus, that's a great comeback season. Power play percentage, I think that has gone up, and remember, our goals for has gone up, so I'm okay with that. Penalty kill, it was 71. Look at that, it has gone up. We are dead last still, but it was 71.4 before. Now it's up to 77.6, and our goals against average is one of the best. And we are still the 4th best disciplined team in the NHL. So our penalty kill is fine. I'm not going to touch it. Our home record is 16-10-5. Our away record 18-12-2, and our last 10 again 6-2-2. So you see what I mean? We're winning more games than we're losing now. So I think we ironed out the problems that we had with the San Jose Sharks for this year. I think we should keep the team together, and I think we should just go into the playoffs with this group. I know you guys are going to comment away. Go ahead. I'm always trying to make the team better, right? So if you guys have a good suggestion, I want to hear it. But I like the way our team is playing right now. So Logan, look at that. Ever since we put Boucher on the first line, he has taken back over. So my whole theory might be wrong, right? Maybe he just needs a sniper who can really get it done. And maybe also being on the power play with DeCall, right? Maybe them two being on the first line power play really helped us out. I don't know. You guys are going to go nuts with the theories. But at least we can say now that Logan is back up to 54 points in 63 games played. That's starting to look like a really good year. DeCall, 53 and 63. Reed Boucher, 46 but with 29 goals in 63. Gallagher, 40 and 63. That's more like it. If he gets a 50-point season, I'm fine with that. Especially, oh no, he's on the first line, right? Is he? Yeah, he's on the first line. No, that's okay. That's a good season for him. Kirby Reichel, 38 points. Kucherov, 37. Kyle Palmieri, there you go, 17. He's going to look like he's going to get a little bit more playing on that second line, right? Danny Terrell, Yurko, 15 points in 47 games played. It's a good little season. All right, and then, yeah, I mean, and also getting rid of Brendan Lemieux and Stefan Sundin, I think, definitely helped out our team. Defenseman, Shattenkirk going back on the first line instead of Merrill, I think helped us out. All right, it's 33 points. He's leading our team, plus 24, and all of our defensemen are plus players now. And Ernest Chiarelli and Jack Campbell. So Ernest Chiarelli, 2.12 goals against average, 29, 19, and 3, and a save percentage of 92.51 and 4 shutouts. Now, I also want to say this. Jack Campbell is going nowhere. I need an 85 overall backup goaltender. I don't want Ernest Chiarelli to receive an injury, and then all of a sudden the playoffs are done. All right? If we get an injury to a goaltender, I have another starting goaltender ready to go. One more year with Jack Campbell, because Ernest Chiarelli has now proved back-to-back good years, right? So in the offseason, Jack Campbell will be traded. But as of right now, he's not going anywhere. And I think, you know what, boys? I think that goes for everyone. I like the way our team is playing right now. All right? So, yeah, I'm just going to say this. I'm 99.9% sure I'm not going to make any trades. And I'm also 99.9% sure I'm not going to make any line changes. But if you guys have any suggestions, maybe something that I'm missing, go nuts, all right? There you go. They're the lines that have got us back into this. But, yeah, man, Logan, he's getting it done with Gallagher and Boucher and also the power play. Maybe that's the reason. Logan on the wing with DeCall and Boucher, right? So, we'll leave it right there. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And in the next video, we'll finish the Year 7 regular season.